Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope
Happy
everybody
Monday,
had a good
guys.
weekend. I jammed my
Thanks a
knee
lot.
this weekend, so it was a fun weekend.
If you say so.
Oh, I
We
just
all know he's weird.
nothing amuses me more than when I do damage to my body.
Okay.
And those of you who have known me in person know that when I get hurt, I normally laugh. It's some sort of response my body does to increase endorphins. I just laugh when I get hurt.
What Gerry isn't telling you is he's a secret masochist.
I am not a masochist. I'm so the opposite of
It's
that.
not a secret anymore.
I am so not a masochist. There's no secret. Don't believe John.
He's full of shit.
By the way, I saw the funniest thing. I think it was Andrew sent me a photo of that red-haired kid that's on the movie Tom Hanks's Christmas Express. Was that the name of the movie
Don't
that he did? The animated film he did?
The Polar Express.
Polar Express. There's a kid on the train. It's your fucking animated doppelganger. Because he said it to me. I'm like, holy shit, that really does look like a little John, like when you were a kid or something. It was trippy. And
Well,
let's see if I can find it here real quick. Hold on.
Anima, you should have to start
Okay.
shopping for whips.
Yeah,
I'm not
here it is.
going to comment on that.
Here we go. I'm going to share my screen. Present share screen. This is not a dig at you, John, at all. Do not take it that way. Because this kid in the movie, I remember me, was adorable. There he is. Andrew said, "This is little John." I'm like,
Well,
holy shit.
Except I never wore glasses until I was in senior in high school. So
It doesn't matter. That's not the point. It just looks like you. So, as kid. And I'm like, it really does kind of look like him. But it's the haircut and that big-eyed way you approach everything in your life. But it's Monday. I see Penny is here. Lord Thoth, all hail.
Yes.
Lord Thoth is here. Anybody else in here? No, that's it right now. I hope everybody had a safe and stayed warm this weekend. It was chilly here, boy. Woo!
Yeah, here too. And I did not.
As
stay
my dad
warm,
would
of
say,
course.
it was colder than a witch's tit.
Oh,
Or that one, or he'd
okay.
say, it was colder than a well digger's ass in January.
Yeah.
Those old axioms.
In Venezuela, we always said it was colder than a penguin's ass.
You said it in English?
Yeah, no.
Oh, then say it the way they would say it in Venezuelan.
Más frío que culo de pingüino.
I have no idea what you said. I'm hoping it's
I
about the
know.
penguin.
You asked it. You asked for it.
I understood him.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
You're just jealous because we are not living
Get
in
it.
Europe.
Whatever. Shut up.
Love you too, asshole.
Hey, Christian's here. Hey, Christian. How you doing, buddy? By the way, I want you to get a hold of me. Did you get the right one you wanted? Because there was the other one that includes the maquette for the book. You selected the other one that you want to be in the book or you want the maquette. So let me know. And let's see. So we're going to talk about Reacher season 2. And shockingly, it was not called Reach Around. It was just
I wonder
called
why.
Reacher season 2. And I got to tell you, I think it's better written in many ways than season 1 so far. I think it's playing out better. But there is a kind of almost 4th grade level to some of the storytelling in this. And I don't recall the book being like that. And they did a couple of things that annoyed me. Number one, 13 months. Absolutely fantastic. Thanks, buddy. Happy New Year to you too. And Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. But I just think it's weird when they like to do this with Hollywood. They like to show some guy going in to get guns and that you can talk a gun dealer into doing something that's a federal crime. And they're just going to do it for like some money. Just doesn't happen that way. Those dealers have FFL license for a reason. And it's because they obey the law. And almost every gun dealer I've ever known, I've known a lot of gun dealers, they are sticklers for the law. Even if they don't agree with the law, they are sticklers for it. So I don't know. It's just sort of annoying that they
It's
did.
like it's as if these filmmakers want the rest of the world to believe that's how it is in the US.
Well, yeah, they believe you can go to a gun show and just get whatever you want and walk out with all these guns. It's like they're so stupid. They don't know.
Didn't you see like 1 or 2 years ago there was this spree of leftive journalists that went to I'm gonna document this and went to the stores and they no you cannot take the guns yet and they went all what?
Yeah, that's so stupid. They're so fucking stupid. So anyway, they have a scene in the show that does that, and it's like the friend law. My buddy Mike Beatty, who's former FBI, former law enforcement, thought that was funny. He even commented on my page about it. I don't know if you saw that, Animal, that Beatty did that. And then he immediately said, we need to do a watch party. And he would like it if he could fly out Keith and me to go join him out there, him and Jim in Washington, to go do a watch party of Big Trouble in Little China.
Can he please fly me in too?
I'll talk to him. It's not like he's rich or anything, but he's making good money.
I mean, it sure sounds like a sausage fest, but I want to be part of that. I like these guys.
Just put a strap on, you'll fit in.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my God.
Can you please leave
The
comments
fucking shit
like
that I say.
to
Tell
a
me
private?
how much you just did not expect something like that to come out.
Oh, I absolutely expect something like that all the time with you. You're a dick.
Hey, emotionally unstable amphibian. I hope you're doing well, my friend.
Hi,
We care
Crazy
about
Frog.
you, man. Very concerning. The stress he's under right now. And Wolverine 626 is here too. What's up, buddy? Well, look, I'm going to tell you something. Whether he's dirty or not, they don't last long in the industry because they will get caught. And so I call bullshit on that. I did not like that.
No, however,
I think it sends a false message to people that you can just fucking do that in America. And it's always the anti-gun people that put scenes like that into films and shows.
Because they're pouring oil into the fire that's going on in the whole world where everybody thinks the US have a major problem with guns and blah, blah, blah. And
it's super easy to get caught.
Here's
the other thing. When a guy comes in and does what he did, looking like what he looks like, a dealer would definitely report it, that he did that, because they would suspect that he is likely law enforcement, whether it's FBI or ATF or what have you, testing him.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I think I'm not completely sure. I think it wasn't a gun shop per se. I think it was a
You
pawn
have
shop.
to have a federal license to do what
Pawn
he's
shops
doing.
have to have an FFL.
They have to have
Oh,
an
okay.
FFL, period. Dude, I grew up with gun dealers and shit like that. I know the law.
Yeah,
We have a problem. We do have a problem with guns in the United States. The problem is they're too expensive and they're hard to get a hold of.
That's right.
Yes, what I can understand how man,
It's
they
true.
really are expensive. And then you have I don't. Well, I won't discuss that on air. It's a topic that YouTube is not gonna like. But I have a question, man. It's
What?
so many questions. But how is a kid? How does a kid who flips burgers buys a $5,000 gun? $5,000 gun. Hmm?
What do you mean? Who's this?
Oh no. We will talk about it after
After
the show.
Okay.
I'm can't stay too long after the show because I got to. I'm doing some cool artwork for Tom and Andre.
Nice.
So, look and see if anybody else dropped in. Nope, nobody yet. So, basically, if he's a dirty FFL license holding dealer, he's going to get busted. And in fact, if you get a guy coming into your shop doing that, odds are he's a Fed. Testing to see if you're crooked.
Or a Terminator.
Or Terminator.
I'd only worry if they
What's
started
the name of
asking-
the plasma rifle? The something plasma rifle, and he goes, "Hey, just what you see, pal."
Yeah.
I love that scene. Dick Miller, man, the greatest character actor, bit actor ever. I love that guy. Great documentary about him. You don't know Dick. I fucking love that documentary. But I think it's available on Amazon. I think it's still available. The Reacher books haven't been very complex story-wise. I was, because I read 3 of the books previously, and I just can't remember much about them, other than the character was huge. And I don't even want to talk about that fucking video today, Martin. You son of a bitch, show me that video today. That guy, he's like, there's no problem too big for a big guy. That's what you get from this story. It's like, what? What an
We
idiot.
only watched like a minute before we were back.
I couldn't stop. I couldn't watch anymore.
I swear,
oh,
our IQs dropped.
Oh,
Our
I
IQs
watched
dropped
it. I had
from
to
that.
watch it till the end.
That guy has to be trolling.
You are the
I have
masochist.
trouble believing somebody is that stupid.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, the problem is I've experienced people that stupid and worse. So I'm
Well, he's a
hoping
big
it's-
guy.
I'm hoping it's
So
ironic.
that's how he deals with problems. He's a big guy. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? What? So, but anyway, let's get it started here. Enema, you watched the first 3 episodes. What did you think?
I really like it. I really enjoyed it, even though it was late when we watched it and during a work weekend, which means 11-hour shifts. But I really enjoyed it. I like how he just doesn't take bullshit from anyone. He's like, hit first, ask later sometimes. And it gets him in trouble. When it turns out that the one guy that he knocked out is a policeman. And he's like, I'll be fine when he wakes up. I just broke his nose. That made me laugh. You were laughing too.
Oh yeah, I liked it.
I mean, your character John is a lot like him. Dealing with
Vindicated?
people. Yeah. Dealing with messed up
Vindicated is
people, bad guys.
Very tactical though in what he does. This guy is more brute force.
Yeah, but the way
whereas
he talks to
John isn't.
people.
Yeah,
that
very
are-
straightforward.
there's similarities.
very straightforward.
Because he's a big guy.
Yeah, because
And
he's
big guys,
big, right?
that's only big guys could talk that way. So, what were some of your favorite moments there, Anima?
Don't ask me questions like that. You know I suck at that.
That's part of the show.
I suck at that. That's why I never go on the panel for shows where you do your top 10 lists and stuff like that. I can't.
Also, I'm trying to fucking eat my breakfast, so I need somebody else to talk so I can fucking eat.
Well, Anima,
I had to starve this morning to go to the doctor, and I'm fucking hungry now. So please feel free
I
to
know,
banter.
poor baby, eat.
Oh, don't ask
Anima,
me questions about the show we watched.
I have a suggestion for you on shows with lists. Always reserve the first 2 spot for your kitties.
For your titties.
Yeah, kitties.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
With-
I think
Hey.
I'm going to leave.
That's
Yeah, you say something, John.
I'm
please.
eating right now. Someone say something.
I was talking to John.
I'll say this about it. I've read a lot of the books. I haven't even finished the first season yet, so
You
Oh,
didn't
really?
do your homework?
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I've had a lot of stuff to do. There's I haven't even watched this week's episode or last week's episode of Monarch yet.
I like
Oh,
Negan.
yeah.
I like her character. She's not woke in her behavior or language. And Negan is I think she's in every book.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
according to Wolverine, she's not very prominently.
Yeah.
Maybe they are. Maybe they are giving her more airtime than in the books, but it's a good character. So
The kicking the car was like one of my favorite moments.
Oh my God, yes.
And the guy says, you assaulted me, and he says, no, the airbag assaulted you.
It's true. Oh man, that is one of my favorite moments.
I laughed so hard at that. That was like great. Kicks the fucking bumper, fucking sends the airbag into his face.
And
oh my god!
It's actions like that where he's similar to your Tron, doing shit like that, and I love it. I love characters like that.
Oh yeah, and when what's his name that played the Terminator in Terminator 2? When he says that line, how did the airbag release? And the guy says he kicked the car. Just like that idiot this morning. He's big. He can do that,
dude. I love the part when the guy is talking to the T-1000, and they are talking about some Sarah Connor.
Oh yeah, the nice little Terminator. And who's Sarah Connor? And he's like, that's not important. I thought that was cute.
Yes.
But the problem with the season so far is it doesn't feel like it's really taking itself as serious as it did season 1. But I still like the writing better. I like the dialogue. I like the fact that we're getting to see his team work together.
I didn't need the romance storyline.
Oh, I thought
when they end up in bed, that was
in all of the books.
Yeah.
Because I read 3 books and she was in all 3 of those.
Yeah, I don't know the books. I just when they end up in bed, I was like, didn't need that.
Oh, that's a different character.
Oh,
Neagley is the detective friend of his who clearly has feelings for him, and she's keeping it on the down low because friendship's really important to people, and so they don't want to pollute that. But he definitely banged the other chick, which was nice. But I thought it was ridiculous. They throw that sexy time in, not for the guys. They put that in there for the women. Because you notice they didn't want to focus on her body. They focused on his. Laying there all fucking gigantic.
And the story just didn't need that.
Well, it has nothing to do with the story. They should hint that maybe something happened and not show it. But they put sexy time in there for the women. And you're not like other women. Which is why you like me so much.
Probably. Or I'm just crazy. I don't know.
Hey, Steven's here. What's up, buddy?
Hi, Steven.
So I got to tell you, the first episodes are really good so far. I'm glad they dropped all 3, so you can get. That's like what almost 2.5 hours worth of Reacher, and I enjoyed it. I do think that the other complaint I had was I think that the action scenes early on not very good. They were really meh.
They look a little bit too.
It looked staged. Yeah, it looked too staged. The fight later that took place on the construction site, much more enjoyable, much more realistic. Also had one of my favorite moments when he trips that guy up and knocks him down like 2 stories. That was funny.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Hey, it's just me, or in the brawl in the officers' club when he threw away the guy through the window and then just walk out the window.
Yeah.
I don't know. That wall, it seems CGI to me.
Yeah, Neagley doesn't like physical contact. She's one of those OCD types. And I get that one because I have to feel very comfortable with someone to become physical with them. I don't like shaking hands for my germ issues. I still do it, but I immediately use hand sanitizer right after I do it. And that's why, by the way, the new Monk movie just came out, and I enjoyed the shit out of that. I'm hoping that Animal will watch that with me because I so thoroughly enjoyed seeing Monk.
Monk's Last Case?
Yes. Neagley doesn't like being touched, possible traumatic experience. That's also a possibility with her. Yep. I know, buddy. Wade got 1,000 subs. I was on top of it. I was watching.
Congratulations, Wade. Or maybe
Neagley
is like Francis in Stripes.
Yeah. Nobody touch my stuff. Touch my stuff, I'll kill you.
Guys, we are over 8K now.
Oh, on the channel?
Yes.
I thought it was 720p.
No. Last time I checked, we were over 8.
Oh my God.
Oh, we're at 8.09 thousand right
See?
now and growing.
What a perfectly good dad joke. Well,
Yep.
go
Wasted.
into waste.
But again, Wade, I'm proud of you, man. Keep at it. And I will do whatever I need to do to help you. Because that's what I do. I'm Reacher.
No, please do not continue the joke.
So now, Martin, have you watched the show?
Oh yeah, I was
Okay.
going to.
Nail out some of your favorite moments.
Well, for instance, the moment that he walked out from a window. God damn! And I love the way that the France he deduced that he prepared everything to have that fight, so he can create the spirit of corp in the new unit. The guy said, "You prepare everything." And no, I knew that they're going to be there, and that they were assholes. And okay, and now look at them. Now they're a team.
Yep.
That I like that in him, how he makes those calculations. Oh, the shootout in the house was nice, except that man, they almost blew up a house, and nobody calls the police nor the fire brigade, and there wasn't anybody trying to snoop out what the fuck is happening at the house at my next
I also
door.
like when Reacher calls the cop Curly. 'Cause he's
Oh
bald.
yeah.
That was funny. But he loses his shit when he gets him back at the squad. He says, "You pipe bomb."
I like how Richard said, "Oh, a whole lot of bold and angry is gonna come in through that door."
That's one of the cool
Man.
things about him is he knows how to read people.
Oh yeah, when he sees that lady at the ATM, he immediately knows she's been carjacked. And he does exactly the right thing. He doesn't draw the guy's attention in the car, gets the info he needs, and goes and fixes the problem. That's how he approaches things. And that's what I like about him.
Oh, that scene that
Yeah,
was awesome too. And with the clerk, I need a new jacket, but you
just got one.
One.
It got
Yeah,
blood
it
on
has blood on it.
Yeah, but it's got
And
blood on it.
The face of the girl. She
Well,
was
she gives
"Wah."
zero shit about her job anyway, but that just made her day a little more interesting.
It's a good show. I went in with my wife and my daughter. We were to watch just one episode. We watched all three.
Yeah, that was really what I did. I couldn't put it down. I'm like, that's all we get. I don't know. Okay, another one that got me, that annoyed me. Copy and Roger have two different meanings.
Yes.
And I understand they don't want to be redundant. It's a writer's thing. They don't want to say the same thing twice. But they have him say copy when he should have said Roger, because the guy was telling him, giving him instructions. But then a moment later, he gives him another instruction. He goes, Roger that. And I'm like, there, he said it right, but he said
was
it wrong.
weird that they did that.
But I thoroughly enjoyed the show. I'm looking forward to finishing the season and hopefully get more.
Another key moment is when he went shopping for his fist gun.
Oh, see, that's what they should have done the second time.
Yes.
Instead of going to a dealer.
Yes.
He should have just, a pawn shop. He should have gone and rolled a couple of more criminals, because that's the way John does it in my book. when he needs weapons, he goes and beats the shit out of or kills criminals and takes their stuff. And I like that they have that in the show, that he does that, because that's how you stay off the books. That's how you avoid creating a paper trail. They did, the whole pawn shop thing was just so annoying because it's not how it works. But I still liked it. I like everything they're doing in the show. I like the fact that he's being a badass and not treating it like it's toxic. It's like, thank you. Thank you for not doing that. I appreciate it. Letting a man be a man, soldier being a soldier. I like the way he built his team too, by the way. When you meet the one kid and you find out the reason why he
look who's here.
Hey, Flip City's here. What's up? I'm not sure. I'm assuming that's you, Kitty. But I could be wrong. But no, I thoroughly enjoy how he does that and builds his team. Because the one kid, he liked him and hired him, brought him over because he stopped a fight between two guys. Didn't physically get involved. He talked him down.
And he was the one that ate the cookie.
Yeah, see, he doesn't need, and I see this, Richard doesn't need another him. He's looking for people that can de-escalate situations and be more diplomatic. Yes, it's Kitty. So good morning.
Hi, Kitty. What I like is he picks these people for a reason, but when you see them together for the first time and they're bickering, you're like, oh, this is going to be a piece
Is this going to gel into a team?
Yeah.
You just don't think so. But he creates that situation, planned it out, that he expected to happen what would happen. And through fighting that they would bond.
Fighting creates bonds.
Yep. It's a worthwhile watch, in my opinion. I think it is. Bezos understands that he has to create stuff that's watchable. He creates a bunch of stuff that's not watchable. And so he knows if I'm going to keep clients, I've got to make stuff that's watchable. So
you need to
Reacher's
make
one of
some
those
things
shows.
and keep woke out of them to not lose everyone.
Well, I see that. Oh, I think he may be seeing how other people's or people's other creative house are on fire at the moment. So he may be saying, "Whoops, I better avoid this."
Yeah, whoops, there it is. That the funniest way that it was ever said to me by my brother-in-law, Dane Huddleston. Dane talked like this. He come in the house. He's like, I'm done on the farm. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. What the fuck? He's just a good old boy. Just a good old boy. You remember that song? Whoop, there it is.
Yep.
Yeah, tag team.
Okay. It was in the 90s, as I recall, right?
Yep.
Yep. Flip City said hi to you, Martin.
Oh, hi, Flip City. I love that show. And Flip City, that poem is gold. Pure gold. I freaking love it.
What poem?
The poem that you read on Flip City.
Oh, on Flip City? Yeah. I was amused by that myself. My God. We need to do that again, Kitty. That was fun. I enjoyed that. The whole show went by so fast because we were talking the whole time.
I wish I could have watched it. Shows like yours are just so late for me. I'm 7 hours ahead of Gerry.
Yeah, you can watch it later. Jesus Christ. It's not like
it's not the same. I told you that. I don't like watching replays because there's no interaction.
Then why do you
like
watch
being in
movies?
the
So you're going to deny them the view. Okay.
Oh,
I always go in there and drop a like, and usually like.
All right.
Guilt trip.
He's not guilt tripping me because I can't watch a show.
No, I'm being very direct. It's nothing passive aggressive in what I said. I was being very direct. So you don't want to give him the like in the view, right? To help him, right?
You idiot. How many times have I stayed up really, really late just to be there and chat and support you, huh? You're so ungrateful sometimes.
I know. Well, I'm a dick with you anyway. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
I told her at some points, it's like when she gets really tired, she starts talking like she's drunk. And I hit a point where it's like, you need to go to bed because I'm getting annoyed with you right now because you're talking like drunk.
I push myself to be up so late that I really lose my ability to talk. That's how tired I get.
Yep. I'm curious what book season 3 will be. I wasn't looking to see if they're doing them in order so far. Are they doing in order?
No, they started on different books in the first books.
Thank you, Kitty. See, she gets me.
Because the first season was The Killing Floor, wasn't it? What wasn't season 1 The Killing Floor?
I don't think it was.
Huh. Because the new season is what one is it? Bad Luck. Bad Luck and Trouble is the new one. So it's like they jumped way from because for some reason I feel like the first episode or season was The Killing Floor. And then they jumped 7, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you're right. It was
9
The
books.
Killing Floor.
Yeah, The Killing Floor. So they did the first one because that included the scene.
Season 2 is Bad Luck. Bad Luck and Trouble.
Yep. So they jumped 9 books. So they're not doing them in order.
By the way, Joe's in chat in Rumble chat saying hello, and he's lurking while working.
Nothing different than any other day. He's always lurking.
He would be on the show had he watched it.
Joe is a lurker. Ruben Christopher Haynes is here. Good morning. Welcome to the show. So we're talking about Lee Child's Reacher TV series, season 2. And I got to tell you, I'm very pleased with it so far. I love season 1, except for that last final episode. It was just ridiculous. So let me get this right. All 3 of the main characters get to fight a boss. Okay. That's going to all roll up and be so conveniently happening in the final episode. I'm like, whatever. That was really bad. It was so ridiculously over the top. Unbelievable. And then they have Reacher walk out of an exploding building with the flames behind him. I'm like, oh, come on with the cliches, but no, well.
Yeah, I remember. We were like, I hope season 2 isn't going to pick up from here. Because
that was I just hated that ending.
Yeah.
But
however, I think that Roscoe, the police woman, she had to be the one that avenged her father figure.
Well, there's no question about it, but to have it all conveniently happen right then and there, they could have spread that out over the whole episode, over the second and third act, but they wanted everything to be conveniently happening in this one location. All the bad guys that needed to be there were there, so each one of the main characters got their boss fight. I'm just like, oh my God, that was ridiculous.
They thought they would be ending it with a big boom, but in the end, it was just stupid.
It's kind of a fizzle. Yeah. But I still love season 1. I enjoyed, depending on the episode, the fight scenes. There was like a couple of fight scenes in there that, and this is a complaint that I heard from the set, is that the directors took too much control over the action scenes, and they need to trust their stunt coordinators. The stunt coordinator should be directing the action. And I'm always going to stand by that. The stunt coordinators should be in charge of the action scenes. They're the ones who know the best angle to show things. I mean, you look at going all the way back to John Wayne's early stuff where he threw one of the best Hollywood punches ever. If you've ever watched a John Wayne film, they would always shoot him at a specific angle when he throws a punch. So it looks like he connects. There's none of this sweeping punch. It was going into the face punch. They replicated that with Indiana Jones with Raiders of the Lost Ark. When he punches the one Arab, they shot from behind him, so it really looks like he plows him in the face. Great stunt. That's one of those punch gags. It really works. Book 2 died trying to introduce Reacher's Colonel Trumbull and his Reacher infiltrate a militia group. I'm nervous about that. The minute they start getting into that stuff, it's the whole left hating the right wing shit thing that bugs me.
I hope they don't do that.
And that is not what conservatives are about. But they love to label all conservatives as being like those crazy militia people. It's like, no, we're not like that. We won't take shit off you. But hey, John's here. What's up, man?
Hi, Ostains. I'm pretty sure you missed at least one F-bomb by me.
Yeah, I irritated her. Could you imagine that? Me irritating Anima.
Imagine that. Yeah.
Well, you're a couple.
I think you followed the F word with the word asshole. That's what I recall.
Possible.
Imagine that.
It happens. It happens.
What I like is that I am coming ass to you, but you enjoy it to a certain extent. And that tickles me. I like that. I think the person that's going to be my partner for life has to fucking like me being an asshole.
I wouldn't
Get some
still be
enjoyment out of it.
here if I didn't.
I know. So I like that. But this is the first time I think Ruben's been on here. So definitely I want to make sure you feel welcome and enjoy the show.
They've been here before.
Has he been here before? Okay.
Yeah. At least once.
Because he's not yet in here, the name. And I have that name thing once I get used to people. Book 2 is a good story, but given the climate, I think it's a good idea they skip that one for now. Oh, I agree, because I'll tell you what, nothing pisses off conservatives more than them taking shots at conservatives by doing shit like that. That was the downfall. That was the downfall of season 2 of The Punisher. It was bad enough that they had him fighting military and cops in the first one. That bugged me because he was all about fighting the mob, you know. That was his thing. They're the ones who were responsible for killing his family. And then they make it like something else that got his family killed. That bugged a lot of people. You know, get back to the fucking comics, man. They got it right. Season 2 bugged me because it was a religiously conservative group they were going after. And it's like, I imagine this stuff.
The better part of the people that were put off by that in season 1 were precisely the military and the cops that love the character and use the logo.
Yeah. And in real life, what's his name that plays the Punisher on the show? Yeah, he's a big proponent, supporter of soldiers in the military. You know, not the military complex, but people in the military. Yes. He's a big supporter. And he does a lot of stuff for them, for different veteran groups. And I love that about him. I also like he did that great interview with the kid that lost his mind for a bit from the movie Holes and all that shit and got weird, crazy, drinking in public.
Shia
and
LaBeouf.
shit. Yeah, Shia LaBeouf. That guy. And John for the win. So,
whoa, what happened to Anima?
I don't know. I heard a click and then, or a crunch sound, and she was gone. I bet it's the fucking cats.
Yeah.
Those
the cats took her.
Yeah, they kidnapped her. They catnapped her. Whatever you want to call that. But anyway, I'm hoping that they get away from this political shit. They need to get away from that shit because they're alienating the majority of the people that watch their stuff.
Yep.
By doing that. The middle of America, man, is one of the biggest supporters of Hollywood projects. They spend more money and in Heartland, but they love to talk shit about them and us. I consider myself part of that. And I do take offense when they do it. I'm like, fuck you. You know, what have you done? I said that to somebody just recently. They were criticizing, you know, the military doing this, that, and the other thing. And I said, have you been in the military? And they're like, no, like that was a good thing. And I'm like, then you're just talking about shit you don't know. Awesome. I like being a dick. It's like everything was roboting and then Wi-Fi died. So she'll be back. Hopefully. I never know with her Wi-Fi, man. That you would think Austria would have top-notch Wi-Fi. She's always having problems with it. But I do like that she pronounces roboting correctly, unlike some people sitting here on the screen right now. Martin. He says rowboating. Like you're going rowboating. I got a boat. I'm rowing. Say something, Martin. Defend yourself, for God's sake. Don't take that shit from that guy. He's a fucking asshole.
I prefer motorboating to rowboating.
Did you were saying something?
Row your boat. So I don't know. It's really, that's pretty much it. I mean, I like the 3 books I read. I read the first 3 books: Killing Floor, Die Trying, and Tripwire. Those are the only ones I read. Oh, so you're not going to be coming back? Okay, that sucks.
Well, she doesn't know if she's coming back. Don't.
And I don't think we're going to do the full 2 hours. I hate that I had to start the show late today. But I've got man, my schedule is tight today. And I got to immediately leave here and start doing artwork. And I will show you what I did. I did finish this. And I'm going to go ahead and remove the colors. I'm coloring this pinup right now because the original pinup was not finished. It wasn't. It was really, I had problems with it. Let's just put it that way. And let me turn that off, turn that back on, and normal. There we go. Now share my screen. This is the new pinup. I redrew part of it. And there we go. I corrected the helmet, corrected his VBE, and corrected his pants too, because they were really crazy looking the way I drew them. The rest of it I'm pretty happy with, so I left it as is. I did thicken the lines on the GTO, which is his car of choice for killing people that he doesn't like, bad guys. But what do you guys think? Look good?
It looks good, yeah.
Could be better.
Oh, we lost Martin. Dick.
Oh, man, I love it.
You like it too, Squeaka? Thank you. With the pinups, though, I promise that I will color all of them, pinups and the covers. I will be doing different alternate covers that will be offered in the book as pinups, but they'll be alternate covers. Hours, yeah, it sucks. But good to see you, Squeaka. Glad you're here. We've already talked about the first 3 episodes of Reacher. Just look, it's a really good show. Go watch it, check it out. I don't think it's very intelligently written, but it's fun. And he's badass. And the creative ways that he does things, like breaking the cop's nose with the airbag. I still can't help it. That's funny as shit.
Man, I love how the cop is willing to go toe to toe with him.
Oh yeah, he's like, he's ready to fight him.
Yes.
He says, "You say that to me while I'm handcuffed." He walks over and unhandcuffs him, and you're like, "What's going to happen here?" But he that's the way he's abrasive, you know. And so him and the cop, they're going to end up being kind of buddies, not great friends, but buddies. You watch by the end. Because that's what ends up happening. Because
they already are.
He's always on the right side of things. But I did laugh at a couple of times. He goes, "You didn't tell me that," and he goes, "Well, I'm telling." What I would have said is like, "Well, I'm telling you right now." Like, when did you expect me to tell you previously? Like, you could have told me then. I didn't know it was important then. It wasn't until now I realized how important it was, and so now I'm telling you. You know, not all intel I get is necessarily important until we find out it's important. So I dislike that in writing. It just bugs me when they write characters like that. It's the fake drama thing. And one of the worst ones for that is the CW. Why didn't you tell me? Why, I'm telling you now. but I'm not the first you told, because somehow that's fucking important.
Imagine that dialogue.
That was from Arrow, by the way. That happened.
Imagine that dialogue between Luke and Obi-Wan. Talking about Vader. What did you tell me? Well, I wanted to tell you, but you know, Yoda knew.
Right.
Well, Alan Richardson is in an upcoming movie next year that I'm really looking forward to.
He was just in a Christian one.
Yeah, Better Angels or
Yeah.
Ordinary Angels or something.
Hey, look who's here.
Yeah.
Oh, you're back, honey.
The guy, I'm actually looking forward to a guy. Normally, I don't like Guy Ritchie movies, but a lot of them I don't. But
I like 90% of them. Like there's 2 films of his. The one he did with Madonna, I fucking hated. His King Arthur movie, I hated, and his Robin Hood movie, I hated.
Yeah, I wasn't.
In fact, I couldn't finish watching any of those. I stopped 20 minutes in, and that's it. I'm done. But past that, everything else he's done, I like.
But he's in the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare with Henry Cavill.
And that looks so fucking good. I watched the teaser for that.
Yeah.
I am such a fan of Henry Cavill, and to see 2 beefy fucking dudes looks like they're going to go at it. And by the way, I'm still curious. I do not like, what's his name that did the new movie coming out, Argyle. He did the Kingsman films. I was highly disappointed with every single one of his Kingsman films, to the point where I'm like, how am I, guys like me, supposed to like these things? Because he does so many over-the-top stupid shit in them.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't like that. If you're going to do something and try to be realistic, then be realistic. Don't use real world stuff. Make a fictional fake world where crazy shit can happen. But they do stuff and they try to put it into a real world, and then you have these over-the-top characters of people doing over-the-top shit. And it's just like, it turns me off. It's a big turnoff.
It's annoying.
It's sort of like people like the movie Atomic Blonde. I couldn't fucking stand that movie. Because, one, the 80s were colorful, not desaturated. Okay, 1. Russia in particular, very fucking colorful. For being a poor country, they have a lot of color in Russia. 2, physics are important with the combat scenes. So if you have a 140-pound woman, 120, 140 pounds, kick a 200-pound man, you better see her move backward. But no, they didn't bother. And those are some of the same guys that worked on other films that we like, from The Matrix to John Wick. And it's like they understand physics in those films, and they're over the top. So I just fucking hate that. I just fucking hate it. If you're going to show a fight, one of the things I like in this show, Reacher, is she picks up a fucking crowbar to fight that guy. Yeah.
Oh.
Because that's the only way that she's going to survive that fight is to have a fucking weapon.
Yeah, but let me tell you, that crowbar was fake as hell. It looks
I don't care. Don't care. It was like, I was so happy to see her pick up a weapon to fight with. I'm like, there you go. There you go.
Me too.
I don't care how fake it is. I fucking appreciated them doing that, because that's better than them showing her stupidly fighting and blocking a guy. Somebody asked me this weekend, like, why aren't you going to watch Rebel Moon? One scene in the trailer turned me off.
Wait,
because she does a spin.
That's what anime is.
Anime is his bear.
I don't watch much anime. The ones I watch have to be really good. I like Vampire Hunter D, Black Butler, Big O. Let's see. I kind of enjoy, but not. It's not something I go out of my way for. Is One Punch Man. I get tickled by what they do on the show. It's silly.
I want to see.
I really
Helsing.
enjoyed the shit out of High School of the Dead. A lot of titillation, the bouncing boobies. That's fucking awesome. And I really hate saying that my daughter is the one that got me to watch that. And then I got mad at her for watching. I'm like, what are you doing watching it? And she goes, Dad, they're boobs. I have them. And I went, oh, well, okay. You got a point there, Dave.
Okay.
Real Wade says I need a beard. Okay. And I know what the Stasi is. I know what the Stasi is. So I get the joke, John Osteen. You have to like Atomic Blonde for the soundtrack alone. I couldn't finish the movie. I couldn't do it. And Rebel Moon turned me off when they show her with those noodle arms, those little spaghetti arms, blocks 2 fucking heavy-set men throwing punches. And I'm like, I'm done.
You don't
I
get
got
it.
annoyed when he
She
showed
has
me
the
that.
She has the Schwartzman. That's
Yeah, you said that the last time, and I call bullshit on that.
It's
did you ever
insulting
watch
our intelligence.
Last Man Standing, the movie? Are you talking about the movie? Yeah, I've seen it multiple times. I own it. I have it on my hard drive. I used to collect DVDs. I only have a handful of DVDs anymore. I collect digital films. They tell you, well, we have proprietary rights to this, so you can't download the movies. I still did it. I outwit those guys, Google, Microsoft. So I always have digital copies of my movies in multiple places, so I'll never be without them. Yeah, okay. Last Man Standing. What was that about? Hold on a second. Let me go see what that's about, because he did a martial arts movie. I'm thinking it might be that one. Tim Allen.
Tim Allen did a martial arts movie?
I don't remember in a martial arts movie.
Yes, he did. No, he's in Red Belt. He's in Red Belt, which is a great fucking movie. It was written and directed by David Mamet. And he is a proponent and user of martial arts in real life. He holds 2 black belts. And he has Chiwetel Ejiofor play the lead character in that. And Tim Allen's playing a movie actor that befriends him. Predicted dropping atomic bombs would ultimately result in anime, Pokemon. Yeah, I know, right? Let me go see Tim Allen, Last Man Standing. What was that about?
Okay, well, while you look for it, I have to play 3.
Oh, the TV series. Now I know what you're talking about, on ABC and then moved to Fox. I love that show and was pissed they ended it, because that was a good show. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Good family dynamic. I loved all the characters. They showed people that were lefties and righties in there, political stances. Tim Allen is clearly conservative, but he had other characters on the show who were liberals. And that the girl that played his daughter didn't want to come back to the show. Fuck her. Look at what happened to her career.
Okay. I owe Railway Nation 3 backdoor videos. As we were talking about nuclear bombs and everything, I will start with this.
I don't like the idea of it going out the back door.
Sometimes it's better to have it go out the back door than in the back door.
Are you really giving him one for the first backdoor drop he did? He
Yeah,
just said backdoor
that's just too much.
That's lame.
That doesn't count.
No.
He gets 2.
Okay, but then
you gotta put some effort into it.
Yes.
Okay. This is one favorite of ours, so here we go.
Check around and see if there's a back door.
I love Don Rickles. God damn it, I love that guy. So we will be wrapping it up here pretty soon, because I've got work to do today, artwork, and Squeak is, impatiently waiting for my book to be done. I hate to tell her it's probably going to take a handful of months to finish the rest of that book. It's a lot of pages I got to do, but anybody that's supporting the book will get a copy of the book, and whether it's PDF or printed copy, and every printed copy will be signed. So you want to go ahead and play the trailer, Martin?
Yes. Here we go.
Meet the Seattle Vigilante. Like so many comic heroes, this warrior hides his identity. But his identity isn't the only secret he has to keep. After grievous wounds received during combat, Tier 1 operator John Russell begins to recover and comes to terms with his new reality of being an amputee. And as he learns how to use his new prosthetic limb, he finds himself caught up in the bureaucratic red tape that too many wounded veterans experience, the exhausting medboard process. Out of sheer frustration, John takes it out on the criminal scum of the city. But when reality kicks in, John realizes he started something that's having an impact on the greater world around him, and thus has to reevaluate his motives. And moreover, just how far is John willing to go to finish this war he's declared against the criminals in Seattle? And will he even survive? From the creator of IDW's award-winning graphic novel Code Word Geronimo comes a new story about a different kind of warrior, Vindicated Inc., the first of its kind disabled veteran action hero comic. The Vindicated Inc. graphic novel crowdfunding campaign on fundmycomic.com is provided in the description of this video. We hope you become a contributor. Please share this link. Thank you.
So I'm going to be on Culture Casino this week. I think. No, it's going to be next week. Going to be next week on Friday. I may drop in on him on a Sunday too. I'm trying to get over on WDW Pro because I need to get out there more. Because if I'm not doing shows, we're not getting contributions. And if Richard's going to do the book, we got to get more. We got to get more. I want Richard on this book. So, but please spread the word. I appreciate it if you can. I love doing this stuff, and I want to get back to doing it. Books, telling these stories, because I tell stories I think people can connect with. And this weekend, I spent some time with some fellow veterans on a show, Vets Talking, and had a blast just hanging out with a bunch of former military dudes and a gal. I was there with a female former military vet. So we had a blast. I don't know. There's something that happens when I'm hanging out with vets. We start telling fucked up stories, things that happen to us in the military. So if you want to go back and watch that Vets Talking, go check it out. I was with Adam and the guys. Common Nerd was there, and good show. It was a fun show. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. Thank you again. I deeply appreciate it. I have one guy, man. It's like, I don't know how to take this guy on Twitter, because I don't get offended by things that people say to me. I just, because, unless I really know somebody, I don't take anything to heart. But he said some stuff to me over the weekend, this guy, he's a big fan over on Twitter. And like, he'll say, man, I really like your book, but I'm not going to buy it. Because the things you support. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? But man, your artwork is so beautiful, man. I love your artwork. But your thing with loving 80s music is really weird. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's just like,
the fuck?
I'm like, is he trying to troll me? Because I'm just looking at him. I'm like, I'm bemused and amused at the same time by like, what the fuck is this guy saying? And I don't know who he is. He seems like a nice person, but it's just really weird, some of the things he says. Let me see if I can find something here.
He's got to be kidding you.
No, I don't know, man, because people are weird.
Serious.
People are fucking weird sometimes. And I think he's just one of those guys that's okay. Here you go. Here's one. I don't want to say his name. I adore your art, yet loathe your adoration of crap 80s music. But then I went to his page and he was supporting something about the B-52s. And I'm like, they're crap 80s music that I support too. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then, let me get to another one.
Don't you dare call the B-52s crap.
I don't think they're crap. I love them. But if he's calling them crap, I'm saying it's the same crap. I'm using his words against him. So anyway, this is what he said. I'm going to read this exactly the way he said it. Well, despite my chat stream frosty nature, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what he's talking about. I'm a fan of you too. I just can't purchase war genre comics. It's got vets in my family thing from World War II and Vietnam. Luckily, not Korea. What the fuck does that mean? Meanwhile, thank you for proper art work ethic. You know what I mean. No, I don't. I don't know what any of what you just wrote meant. None of it.
Confused.
It's so fucking weird. And I'm like, what the fuck are you? There's more. There's more. So he found that picture of me from the 80s he says this. I'm reading exactly what he said. And he says, I need to keep the royalties. To what? I don't know what he's talking about. So cannot contribute.
That guy. Yes, I've seen that. And I was like, what the
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. However, with no sarcasm, I wasn't expecting sarcasm. You look in this photo like a more handsome version of Rowdy Roddy Piper from They Live. And I would have paid you well to be a model for comic pages in parentheses, parenthetical statement, for the big five, in parenthetical statement, I illustrated. So he's apparently a professional artist of some kind. You still need to trad ink, LOL. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I'm assuming that last statement is he's referring to something when I said I stopped doing traditional inks. I ink digitally because it saves time, and I don't have ink all over my hands anymore, and having to clean up ink I spill. Fuck, man, I'm so glad I can do stuff digitally now. But the whole thing was so bizarre. His comments and everything, and I told him, hey man, I worked with Roddy Piper. It was one of the greatest moments of my life getting to work with a guy I had admired. I love Roddy Piper. And They Live is one of my favorite John Carpenter films. It's in my top 10 list of favorite films of all time. And so I said that, and it's like trying to imagine if they could teach an animal to talk and you tried to have a conversation with them and you wouldn't be able to find any context because they don't think like we do. So you would say, man, was that movie great today? And they go, bananas are delicious. I like bananas.
Is there a possibility that this is not meant to be taken seriously because he was like stoned or drunk?
I don't know. Because he's cool stuff like Roddy kicked all the asses. And I'm like, yeah, it's true. It's true. I love Roddy. But then he would say things like the chat stream frosty nature. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I really don't. I have no clue. And so his comments really threw me. And the whole, I just can't purchase war genre comics. I don't know why. And then he says, it's got vets in my family, quote, end quote thing. What does that fucking mean?
That sounds like somebody that is being that. I cannot word it.
And then they say from World War II in Vietnam.
It looks like his anti-war sentiment percolates through the.
Well,
that's what I was thinking too, but it's so nonsensical the way he was phrasing it. That
he sounds
there's no context. It's maybe, I don't know. It's just he was being incoherent. It's incoherent comments, and I need some coherence when I'm talking to people, But I just stopped communicating with him because the last thing he said to me just kind of like was dumb, and I'm like, I'm not going to like or comment to that. What was it he said? I read it to you already. God, what was it? I missed it again. Where'd it go?
I'm leading to a combination of John's and Anima's theory. A leftist person.
I adore your art, yet loathe your adoration of crap 80s music. I'm like, and he goes, LOL. And I'm like, how is that funny? I don't get that. I don't understand how that's funny.
Substances may be involved.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
And then on his page, he supports the B-52s, which is part of the 80s music that I like. And like, are you saying that? I don't know, man. I just think, I don't want to call people dumb, but he comes across as like something's not going right upstairs. And he's not too smart. Head trauma, maybe? I don't know. That's so fucking weird. And I'll show you the picture that he was talking about. I'll share it with you real quick. This was taken by my friend Patty back in the 80s. And it was a cool period for me. I was a drummer in a rock band.
You look like Roddy Piper.
True.
Well, I've got the sunglasses on. And I had the sun-bleached hair because I was always working in the sun and drumming in a rock band. I was tan too. You can actually tell. Even in the photo, I was very well tanned.
I can't imagine you working in the sun.
And chicks used to really dig me back in the day. Not so much anymore. I'm kind of a dick.
Hey,
I was a dick. I was dick then, but I was good looking. Hey, Deadman's here. What's up, buddy?
Hi, Deadman.
So I don't know if any of you guys saw those comments over on Twitter, but that dude was weird. And I'm not going to be mean. I'm not going to say anything mean about him, but I don't think he was very smart, and I think he was weird, and maybe he's brain damaged. I don't know. Brain trauma, Yeah, season 1 was great until that final episode, and then it was just like it got stupid in that final episode with the whole. They all got to fight their boss, big boss, bad boss, like in a video game at the same location. It's just really hard to believe. In fact, it's impossible to believe that would happen that way. But there you go. Love the show so far. 3 episodes in it, and I couldn't put the show down. I was just like, I watched them back to back. And then because Anna had to go to sleep, she got to watch 1 episode, and then we watched the last 2 episodes back to back because she was getting into it too. Had a blast.
Yeah, we watched them last night.
Dadman says hi to Anima.
Hello back.
And but that's it. I think we're done. I'm sorry it's a shorter show today because we started late. But I have to get back to work. I got to work on this graphic novel. Please help support this book and getting it produced. I will do my artwork whether I get paid or not. I'm just going to do it. It would be nice if I could pay the rent while I'm working on this book full time. But Richard has to be paid. And if we're going to get it printed, we have to get the funding to print it because it's not cheap. So please help support by spreading the word. Talk about it as much as you can. Tell people, have you seen Vindicated Incorporated? It's amazing. Never seen a book like it, and you never have, because this is even beyond the Punisher. And both Chuck Dixon and Mike Barron have said that this goes beyond any comic book, what I've done here.
And to keep in vein with this show, you could start your conversation with, have you seen Richard? If somebody says yes or no, independently of the answer, you must follow up with, well, then you should see Vindicated.
Because Vindicated is there's a lot of commonality between Reacher and John, but there's a lot of differences too. Because my character is far more tactical in planning. He doesn't just act quickly. He's not a brash person. He's good at reacting when it's necessary. Like if somebody draws down on him, he's quick to draw his weapon and kill him and isn't going to waste time. But when it comes down to doing the things he's going to do, he's very methodical, thinks it through. And in fact, in book 2, that's going to be a year later. It'll be a year later than this book in releasing it because it's going to take me a little bit to draw that book. I've drawn some of the pages for book 2, but not enough to make a dent in it. But that final battle, man, was so methodical and thought out. And when you realize at the end in those last pages what he actually did, I'm hoping that people go, oh shit. That's all I say about it. I like my heroes smart, but I like them showing they're smart, not showing off, but showing how smart they are and how they outthink the bad guys. And this bad guy.
Jesus, can I say something? Isn't one of the differences?
Well, I'm promoting my book, honey. I'm sorry. I'm interrupting you.
Yes, and I have a question because John is fresh out of the military, and Reacher has been
he's still active
a while.
Yeah, he's still active duty.
That makes them different too. That is why John is so way more methodical.
Well, his desire for alienation. This is something. Look, Lee Child clearly loved The Fugitive. Probably enjoyed The Incredible Hulk too, the 70s series. That's what Reacher is. He's a guy that wanders around aimlessly. That is a weird characteristic. If you really stop and think about it, that's a weird characteristic to do it voluntarily and want to be like that, a nomad. But
yeah, he's homeless.
It works for a two-dimensional character. It works for a character like Reacher. Reacher is a two-dimensional character. There's nothing three-dimensional about him. He's very straightforward, and I'm not insulting. I mean, he's just very simply put a two-dimensional character. He's not meant to be deep. And they try to show depth with him, but the fact is it's depth is something that's shown constantly. If you understand what I'm saying. Depth is something you don't just pop up and say something clever and then, oh, well, he's deep. No, it has to be something that's shown all the time. Doc Holliday is a great example of that in Tombstone with Val Kilmer. This guy is clearly on top of his game and smarter than everybody in the room. Yeah, Reacher is kind of a, I don't know why you're saying teacher. Oh, yeah, there you go, Reacher.
That was autocorrect, probably.
Yeah, it was. He's doing voice to text like I do. Fuck you, Shanatsky.
That was not me. That wasn't me.
No,
Yeah, he
it's
was
me.
only, that's right. He was only 6 months removed. And he still has that option. He could go back into the military if he ever wanted to. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I
but
like the
that's-
show no matter what, but I don't consider Reacher a very deep character. And
doesn't
he's not
need to
meant to
be.
be. No,
No.
he is what he is. He is a behemoth monster of a man who deals with situation clearly intelligent, but they don't want to go into the depth of it. They're not going to show him reading Japanese philosophy or poetry. You know, it's just Reacher's Reacher. John, on the other hand, is a more methodical person, you know, very thoughtful about what he says and does. And even though he is still a man of few words, he does have friends and he has conversations with them. And my favorite moment that's not going to be in the book now because I was worried about copyrights is a debate that took place in real life between me and some of my friends about how Batman and the Punisher would exist in the real world. That leads to him doing what he's doing. Because he realizes this is practical application of our argument or debate.
You had to take that out.
I'm still, look, you're talking about copyrighted characters, trademarked characters.
Yeah.
Batman and Punisher. So yeah, I'm very cautious. You got to get permission to do that. And I'm not going to try to go through any hoops to do that. So
That sounds expensive too.
It probably would be. And I'm just not going to bother with it. So if later on I make enough money, I'll put that debate in there again. Because it's a funny debate. When I had it in real life, it was funny the way that went down. Yeah, Saturday's all right for fighting, man. One of those songs, and my preferred version of the song, even though I love Elton John's version, I really love Nickelback's cover of that song. It's rock. It's like in your face rock, and I like that. And when I wrote that entire scene, I wrote it listening to that song in a loop over and over again because it's a perfect song for a fight. Because that's what it's about. It's about fighting. So, but that's it, guys. Let's get out of here. Everybody have a great day. Please help support this campaign and help me get this book done. The longer this takes, the longer it's going to take to get the book finished. You know, if we can get this money in there for at least Richard right up front, that's going to cut so much time. But I cannot start the book until I know we're going to have the funds to pay Richard for everything. So please
go spread the word, guys.
Yes. Treat it like herpes. Treat it like herpes and spread it.
Jesus.
No. Oh my.
That's it. Show's over.
Yep,
all right, guys.
right.
Everybody have a good Monday. Safe Monday. I'll be back tonight with on KGRA with my buddy Don Ecker. Or wait, are we doing it? No, I think there's no show tonight. Because it's by the way, happy anniversary to Don and Vicky. This is their anniversary today. So
congratulations.
I love Don and it is his anniversary. So I'm glad I'm throwing that in here at the end of the show because we've been talking a lot. I've been complaining to him about this neuropathy shit that's driving me up a wall and shit. And he says, you know, basically reminds me, I don't have a leg.
He's right.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah. Or he like I was pissing him on it a little bit. And he goes, at least you're not back in Vietnam looking for Charlie. And I'm like, oh my God.
You know what you should have said to him after that leg comment? Good for you. You can only get that shit in one foot.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Dustin's here. Simple. I watched all 3 episodes this weekend so far. I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed either. I had some nitpicks, pet peeves, whatever you want to call them. No, but John does in chapter 3, a leg to stand on. Yes, absolutely. Happy anniversary to the Eckers. Don is one man who loves his wife, man. He really does.
No, Gerry.
He was just losing his mind when she went back east and left him out there in Cali with the dogs. And I could tell, you know, he's like, where are you at, Gerry? I need somebody to talk to. I'm missing my wife.
Vicky's great.
Imagine developing neuropathy on a phantom limb.
Yeah, phantom limb. Which goes with that joke that I did. That inspired the book Vindicated. Was that little cartoon I came up with of two disabled veterans playing basketball, and one of them's got an amputated arm, and he makes the shot and he turns around, phantom limb high five, and he throws up his stump, and the other guy makes the sound like they did a high five. It's funny. And disabled veterans love that kind of humor. Those sons of bitches. That's right.
I miss hearing that. I really do.
Yeah.
It is like the 9th book in the series. It's really weird the way they jump, because they did book 1 and then went all the way to book 9. That's a book that was written in the mid-90s was the first one, and then a book written in the mid-2000s is when they did it for the second one. So it's an odd jump. And but look, I'm going to trust them to use the books wisely. So.
How many books are there? I was going to ask that when I got
28.
Are there
28 release. Yeah, and the 29th is scheduled for October.
This show will go on beyond my life. I will die before they're done doing
it. I hope they choose the best books first, because you never know, are you being renewed for another season or not? We know.
Well, all the books are good. I'm going to tell you what I read. 3 books. The first 3 books I thought were really good.
Yeah, I'm just hoping
they
choose the best for now.
So, but that's the end, guys. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. We're going to get out of here. And again, as Brian says,
that's it. Show's over.
And we will see you later. And everybody, please don't forget, tomorrow is The Chief. And what movie is he doing tomorrow?
State of Grace.
Oh, that's a good movie. Great cast. Yeah, Sean Penn, Ed Harris, and a young Gary Oldman. Robin Wright Penn was in there.
Michael
Gary
C.
Oldman's in
Reilly.
there.
Yes. Man, Gary Oldman is
Gary
awesome
Oldman's great in this movie. Really is. I might go watch that today with Anima. But that's it, guys.
Hey.
Everybody have a great day. See you later.
Bye, guys.